Welcome back to the Charlie Tuna Show.
All right, welcome back to the Charlie Tuna podcast here. We're live at Etley's Barbecue Restaurant, 2392 South State Route 157, Glen Carbon, Illinois. This is our monthly Ameren, Illinois podcast, and we're getting ready to talk about the Riverbend Head Start and Family Services, and we're going to talk to the president and CEO, Mr. Gene Howell. Gene, how you doing?
Very good. How are you?
Good. That's such a powerful mission. Tell us more about your organization.
We've been around since 1916. Started out, the mission was to serve children and families in their homes, and here we are over 100 years later, more or less doing the same thing. We provide a single-purpose Head Start, early Head Start organization. Head Start is often thought of as a preschool program, but it's really a family development program. We work with the kids at school and the parents at home. So our goal is to get the kids developmentally ready for kindergarten and make sure the families are ready for school too, and solve any kind of challenges they have or goals they have that they want to use to stabilize their future.
So Riverbend has been around for what, 30 years, huh?
Well, the organization's had many names. It's been over 100 years, but I think it's been Riverbend for probably around 20.
What motivates you the most?
Opportunity to provide hope to people who didn't maybe have it before. And the reality that, you know, there's a lot of things that happen in life that can be prevented with a little bit of information, a little bit of support.
So I guess one of the toughest parts of your job is who qualifies to receive the assistance from Riverbend?
Okay. Primarily, we serve pregnant moms and children up to 5 years old. Now within that, we look to serve priority children who are living at or below poverty. We also prioritize children in foster care, children who are homeless, and families that receive TANF services, or cash resources from the state. And again, kind of what that boils down to is we want to find those families that are the most educationally vulnerable and make sure that we provide supportive services to them and then hand them off school ready when they reach 5 years old.
You just mentioned something that's very, very near and dear to me. And people don't realize there are a lot of homeless kids on there.
A lot of kids are homeless.
What do you find homeless kids at?
Look around. You know, you'll find them anywhere. A lot of times they may not be living in the car, but they're living from friend's house to friend's house, or on a couch here or a couch there. And you know, for some of us who, as adults, you kind of rationalize, you know what's going on, but for kids, they need that one place to go back to every night. That's security. Their toys are there. Their people are there. You know, maybe the pet. You know, all those things that just build day-to-day security. And without that, they live a little bit of anxiety. And when you ratchet up anxiety, there's this chemical called cortisol that releases in your brain. Between the ages of birth and 5, cortisol is great when there's a bear chasing you. You got to go, right? If you're living on that every day because you're living in trauma or this anxiety, that chemical begins to erode a important part of the brain where the executive functioning develops.
Really?
So
that can destroy a person for the rest of their life.
It can definitely change the trajectory of your life.
What's the average age for these homeless kids?
Any age, really. Yeah. And now, our younger families are the most vulnerable because they haven't established yet. So younger families with younger kids, they're going to be more vulnerable to being homeless because they don't have that that house or that established residence of their own.
How does a child become homeless?
Well, they're with their parents, of course,
Okay.
but you know.
If the child is homeless, they're not by themselves, they're with the family also.
Family, yeah.
Sleeping in the car, whatever.
Yeah, and a lot of times it comes by way of mental health issues that are not addressed, substance abuse issues, and sometimes it's just life's been tough. We had a job, it got lost, and they're having a hard time getting back on their feet, you know, getting opportunity.
What's the hardest part and the most rewarding part of your job?
The most rewarding part is, it's not immediate. I was at Godfrey Walmart a couple months ago, and I was purchasing something for work, and I needed to use a tax-free card. And the young lady said, I need to call over the manager because I don't know how to do this. Well, she used his first name, and I looked up, and I could see the face of a 4-year-old that I served 20-something years ago.
Really?
This guy's the manager at the Walmart. I'm like, yes, yes.
You remember me?
He did. He remembered this guy that came to the house.
Oh, okay.
That's about it. And I said, well, that was me. That's cool.
Those rewarding things. Now, you have a few programs that center around preschool and home visiting, as well as Head Start. Tell us about those programs.
Yeah, so Head Start, Early Head Start are our primary programs. Head Start's for 3 to 5-year-olds, and that's our preschool. It's center-based. The kids come to school every day. Majority of our kids are there for 6 hours. They get breakfast, lunch, and a snack. We brush teeth, we wash hands. They engage the curriculum. So we're developing their academic skills, social emotional skills is kind of the biggest part of the day, right?